All right, so these 6 weeks, what exact like months did you run this test during? Or when was the launch of Not Your Average Marketer?
Right, so the first 6-week period went from the very, very end of October through to the beginning of January.
Okay.
So we always knew we were gonna hit the holidays, obviously. November was like our big month. Like we just shot to the moon in November. We went viral, we had great follower growth, it was amazing. And then in anticipation of the holidays, because it's well known in marketing, some things like really pick up and they're real heavy and some things really slow down.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yep. Working in paid media, I always notice that those trends with the clients that we have, because as of now, I don't personally work on any e-commerce clients, which does really pick up in December, but otherwise, that's seasonality is absolutely a factor to consider during that time. So that's kind of,
Right. Yeah. So in the part 1, we brought up as part of the kickoff phase doing a competitive analysis. So, and I mentioned it's important to check back in on those competitors and continue, even if you're not drafting like full reports, continue checking in on them. So in anticipation of the holidays, we planned for simple posts because we wanted to maintain our daily post cadence, but we were anticipating fewer people generally being on the platform, fewer people engaging, because they would be with family, et cetera, like doing other things, not constantly on social media.
Right. People might be less inclined to like want to be looking at work content for their entertainment if they're like waiting for that like holiday break. And we're just cognizant of that definitely in our planning when we were heading into our second 6-week period. But didn't necessarily expect it to affect our growth as much as it did.
Well, I think it was kind of this weird catch-22 because we planned lower production content, like a lot more like memes. Like I think we posted like a Michael Scott like office meme during the holidays. And what came first, like did growth slow down? And that's why the posts didn't do as well, because they didn't. We saw decreases across the board during those last few months. Oh my God, last few weeks of December. Was it less people on the platform, or was it just our posts weren't as engaging as they usually were? It's probably a combination of both.
Yeah.
So again, once we got back and I saw how things slowed down, I was like, what did our competitors do? Did they take breaks? Were they still posting consistently?
Yeah.
What were they posting? So I did a holiday competitive analysis.
Very cool.
Thank you. And what I found was one of our competitors took a break and posted one, and again, it's a comedy account, workplace comedy, mostly around LinkedIn, which I kind of really appreciate the LinkedIn comedy that's on social media lately. But they took a break and just came back around the end of the year with a personal post, so not in character. And it didn't have nearly as much engagement as all the other posts, but the comment section clearly showed that this person had a community that was there, whether they were like in character or not. So that was cool to see. But they obviously would have anticipated having halted growth in December because they knew they were going to take a break. So it's a shock to no one that their data was probably tanked during December. Another competitor, they continued with the almost exact same content, but their posting cadence was less. So instead of daily posts like we were doing, it was more like once or twice a week. So in looking at their engagement and other data, it was proportionally smaller. So it very much had this direct correlation to like the more you post, the more you get, kind of, which is definitely the era Instagram was in at the time. It's shifted just a little bit, but it's still kind of the same. And then our other competitor, Corporate Natalie, shout out, was posting every day, same cadence, same high production value. So she didn't slow down for any reason at all whatsoever and actually pivoted to include holiday content, seasonal content into her regular work humor. And she went viral several times in December for both work content and her like seasonal, like laughing about family content. So we're armed with that research going into the next holiday season.